Hi, and welcome back to Uni Tunes. We're here joined again by Chelsea Silva for a very special occasion in anticipation of her brand new single. Would you like to tell us a bit about yourself, Chelsea?
Hi, so my name is Chelsea Silva. I am 22 years old. I am a singer-songwriter from Sydney, Australia. I usually dabble in alternative, pop, indie. Yeah, and I've been singing and performing since I was very, very young. So, yeah, that's me.
Awesome. So your brand new single, Hades Has a Daughter, that comes out on November 30th. Would you like to unpack that a little bit?
I wrote this song, I'd say halfway in 2019, and then the production was all year of 2020, if you can imagine, the speed bumps that happened that year to elongate the process. But yeah, it's finally coming out, and I'm super excited. Yeah, it's for the 30th of November, and it really dabbles into like a funky pop rock sort of vibe, a little bit of alternative. Yeah, and I'm so excited. Yeah.
That's such a long process, having kind of conceived it in 2019, and it's now the end of 2022. So, are you a bit nervous? All this time's gone into it, and is the final product what you've been working towards?
Yeah, I mean, if you can imagine that this song has been in production for nearly 2 years, something like that. Like, oh god, yeah, it's it's a song that I've definitely listened to more than a handful of times, but the more I listen to it, the more I feel comfortable releasing songs because it's a song that really means a lot to me. The meaning behind it is it means so much to me. So the more I listen to it, the more confident I feel in a way.
So, who are you most excited to hear it? Is it your family, your fans?
To be honest, I think my fans, yeah, like because I've performed this song a couple of times, and every time that I would be at a gig and I would perform it, like people would come up to me and go, "Oh, when are you releasing it?" Like, "Oh my gosh, like this is a pretty cool song," and I'm thinking, "It's coming out soon. It's coming out soon." So yeah, a fair bit of fans have asked me about it, so I think I'm just more excited for them
Mm.
to hear it. Yeah.
So, with your last single, "Legalize," it's got a bit more of like almost ephemeral sort of transient sound. This one's got that hard kick. It's a poppy. It's a bop. It is. How did that kind of transformation in your style come about?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I guess my music grows with me. At the beginning of 2019, when I started university, I was pretty much collaborating with different audio production students and different songwriting students as well. So Illegalize was a collaboration of sorts. So not only did it incorporate my own type of music as an artist, but it also incorporated someone else who was in audio production. So it was a mix of two worlds, I'd say. But yeah, I think the more I've grown and the more I've learned and the more that I've dabbled into music as an artist, a producer, a manager as well. The more I dabble with it, the more knowledge I have and the more comfortable I am, and yeah, the more I grow. So I think it's just a reflection of me, I guess. Yeah, over the years.
So, without spoiling too much, can you tell us a little bit about what the song's about and what your fans can expect?
Sure. So when it comes to this song, the meaning behind it was I pretty much had this really like on and off friendship in high school, and it was a very like manipulative sort of like more of an insulting collaboration, really. And because of that experience that I've had, this girl, she was interested in me, but as a closeted, I don't know what the hell's going on sort of woman that I was back then, I had to decline a relationship back then, or at least a deep and meaningful one that she wanted. And as a result to that, she pretty much denied my existence completely by saying, well, if you're not interested in me, that means you're straight. And that really threw a kink into my self discovery and my identity because coming from an all girls Catholic school, a religious environment, and just trying to figure myself out through my youth and through high school, this wasn't something that a 14-year-old should hear. And this sort of experience grew. I'd guess in 3 to 4 years, it just got a little bit worse over time. So this song is pretty much a way for me to say I am openly bi, and it is okay. And if there are other people in the bi community, or in even the pansexual community, or in the LGBT community that believe that, oh, someone else said this, therefore I must be that. It's a way to say, no, you have power over your own identity and you know yourself better than anybody. So it's a song that pretty much tells people in the LGBT community, and even in marginalized groups as well who face discrimination, that you are heard and you're seen, and these experiences, you're not alone in them. And it's more of it's told in a very storytelling sort of way. And since Hades Has a Daughter is incorporated, it's very fantasy and medieval and mythological in the storytelling as well. So yeah, it's just a way to branch off anybody who might feel alone and just want to be heard. So that's where that came from.
So with the song, the vocals, it's got a bit of an angry sound, but I guess releasing this now with so much perspective behind you, is it more of a freeing, cathartic process?
Definitely, yeah. I think for me, as I was working with my producers, Paul Aiden and David Skeet, I love them so much. They're amazing in their craft, and I fully trust their judgment when it comes to music. But when I was working with them, I really wanted to incorporate melodically and musically and instrumentally what I was feeling, and what this feeling could be portrayed as if it was music. So it was a very quick process. All I had to do was just sit down here and just say, you know what? This is what I feel. Can we portray that in music? And they said, of course you can. And then they took my words and they took my story and they transformed it into something that is like how it would be represented musically. And it's incredible. And the second that I started working on it, and the minute that I finished listening to the final product, it blew me away. And I can't express how excited I am for this release. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Yeah, that's very exciting. I can't wait personally for it to be out into the world. So with the title and kind of the Hades Has a Daughter, what made you think that Greek mythology was the best way to kind of tell this very real personal story?
Yeah, so at the time I was very, very into Greek mythology. I was studying it so much, and I was trying to dabble into actually learning more about it, mainly because it was just so fascinating to me. Nowadays, I'm more into Norse mythology as well, so I dabble into both at the moment. But yeah, it was just a matter of me trying to express this in a way where it can be almost understood universally, where if you think Hades and the stereotypical Disney movie with Hercules, people think, okay, so he's the god of the underworld. Okay, we understand that. But people who understand Hades or Greek mythology in a deeper sense would understand that there is a line in the song where Hades has a daughter, but she's the youngest of 3. So people who know Hades would know that he has 2 daughters, not 3. But that was my storytelling way of saying, actually, he has a secret daughter, and I met her here on Earth, And it was a way of incorporating what we already know of Hades and sort of changing it in a way that is quite interesting in my opinion. So yeah, I guess that's why Hades Has a Daughter is the title. Yeah.
That's really cool. So to talk about you as a performer, what have you been up to since the last time we chatted?
Yeah, so obviously I've been trying to sort out the release on the sidelines, but I've also been performing at a fair couple of places. Just yesterday I performed at the UTS Underground, and it was fantastic. Thanks to Doe and the Scapegoat for that. Thank you for After Hours and for Sammy Honeyset. Forgive me if I pronounced her last name wrong, but yeah, I performed with those amazing artists and it was absolutely incredible. The crowd was amazing. They were all so supportive and so welcoming that it was almost overwhelming for me. It was fantastic. But yeah, I had a great time yesterday, and I guess that's what I've been up to recently.
Yeah, awesome. So for this new release, if you could describe it in just one word, which is very difficult, what would that word be?
Ooh, mysterious.
Okay.
Yes, I would say mysterious.
I
Yeah,
feel like that answer in itself is mysterious, so it just works all around.
there we go.
There we go. So is there? I have. This is a question I've kind of had in my back pocket. I haven't asked in any interviews yet. But when you are releasing a song about someone, is there a bit of fear that they're gonna hear the song?
No. I mean, okay. Well, okay, here's the thing. So I'm not really scared about that particular person hearing the song because it can be inspired by a lot of different things that can happen in people's lives. So necessarily, if that one person or if that one woman saw this song, it's a way of saying, look, this happened in both of our lives, and this is our way of taking accountability, using what we express as a way of healing from that point in time, from healing from the trauma. Because to be honest, I don't know if I was going to say this, but because of what happened, I experienced a lot of internalized homophobia for years, and that's the consequence of what happened with me. And it was a way of me to say, look, I wrote this song coming out of that internalized homophobia, and that's a way of expressing to other people who are also going through the same thing that it's okay. If you have internalized homophobia, you can work through that. And if you have any sort of trauma where it comes to figuring out who you are, it's okay. You can heal and work through that. And in a way, this song is more of a thank you to that person, because if I didn't go through that, I might not have had the resilience or the drive to want to figure myself out as much as I wanted to, and want to heal from that. So in a way, I hope they hear it, because I hope that not only do they, think about, hey, sometimes actions do have consequences on both sides. I'm not saying that I was, a saint of all of it, but it's more of me saying, look, we're taking accountability for what has happened. And this way is a way for me to heal and for me to say thank you. Because even though that, yes, it was a very troubling time for both of us trying to figure ourselves out, it does still have its consequences, but thank you so much, because I've healed from it and I've grown to have thicker skin because of it. So, yeah, positive spin. But yeah, I'm not afraid at all. Yeah.
Well, congratulations both on this new music, but also for this personal journey you've been on. It's really inspiring to hear you talk. As always, whenever we have you on the show, we know it's going to be a deep episode, which is great. You gotta have it. So thank you so much. We can't wait for it to come out, and we can't wait to share it. And any other things you want to say about the song?
Um, Not really. I mean, know that it is one of my favorite songs that I've ever written, and I really want to share it with the world. And I hope that people watching would follow me on social media to follow this music journey.
Thank you so much for joining me. We can't wait to hear it, and I'm sure we'll talk soon.
No worries. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. Thank you.
That's all, folks. See you later.
Thank you for listening to UNI Tunes.